Christopher Knight gained notoriety for living in complete isolation in the Maine woods for nearly 3 decades. His story has fascinated many due to the extraordinary length of time he managed to survive on his own and the unique circumstances surrounding his lifestyle. In 1986, at the age of 20, Knight abruptly left his home and job in Massachusetts, cut ties with his family, and disappeared into the woods of central Maine. For the next 27 years, he lived as a hermit, hidden in a dense forest near North Pond. He managed to evade detection and remained completely self-sufficient during this time. Knight's campsite was well hidden, making it nearly impossible for anyone to stumble upon it accidentally. He built shelters using tarps and scavenged materials, and he survived by stealing food, clothing, and other supplies from nearby cabins, camps, and seasonal homes. He would raid these properties while the owners were away, taking only what he needed to survive. Knight's existence remained a mystery until his arrest in 2013. A game warden, Sergeant Terry Hughes, finally managed to catch him in the act of stealing food from a camp, which led to his apprehension. When he was captured, Knight was found with a tent, sleeping bag, and a variety of stolen items. His arrest sparked widespread interest and media coverage of his astonishing story. Knight's story garnered attention from both local and international media. His tale raised questions about solitude, survival, mental health, and the pursuit of a life away from societal norms. Various news outlets, documentaries, and articles have explored the complexities of his isolation and the challenges he faced while living off the grid. After his arrest, Christopher Knight faced legal consequences for his years of theft and burglary. He pleaded guilty to multiple charges and was sentenced to time served in probation. His reintegration into society posed challenges, as he had spent a significant portion of his life removed from human contact and modern technology. The story of the North Pond Hermit serves as a unique case study in human behavior, resilience, and the limits of isolation. It has prompted discussions about the balance between personal freedom and societal norms, as well as the psychological effects of prolonged solitude. Juliana Kuebsky was born on October 10, 1954, in Lima, Peru. Her parents, Maria Kuebska and Hans Wilhelm Kuebska, were both German biologists who were conducting research in the Amazon rainforest. Juliane grew up surrounded by nature and had a deep understanding of the jungle environment. On December 24, 1971, when Juliane was just 17 years old, she and her mother were passengers on Lanza Flight 508, a commercial flight from Lima to Pucallpa. The flight encountered severe thunderstorms, and tragically, the plane was struck by lightning, causing it to break apart in midair. Juliane and her mother were seated in different parts of the plane. Despite the violent impact and disintegration of the aircraft, Juliane miraculously survived the fall. She plummeted nearly 10,000 feet, over 3,000 meters, still strapped to her seat. The dense rainforest canopy broke her fall and helped to slow her descent. Although she suffered numerous injuries, including a broken collarbone, a gash on her arm, and a swollen eye, she was remarkably conscious and able to move. After the crash, Juliane found herself alone in the vast and treacherous Amazon rainforest. She relied on her survival instincts and knowledge gained from her parents to navigate the dense jungle and find food and water. She followed a stream and eventually came across a small shelter, which she used for protection against the elements. Over the course of 11 days, Juliane managed to survive by eating berries and drinking rainwater. Her determination, resourcefulness, and strong will to live were key factors in her ability to endure such a dire situation. On the 11th day of her ordeal, Juliane was finally found by loggers who were working in the area. They provided her with first aid and took her to a nearby settlement, where she was able to receive medical treatment. Miraculously, her injuries were not life-threatening, and she was eventually reunited with her father. Juliane's survival story garnered international attention and turned her into a symbol of resilience and hope. She went on to study biology and eventually earned a PhD. She has dedicated her life to environmental and conservation efforts, advocating for the protection of the rainforest that she credits with saving her life. Juliane Kuebsky's story is a testament to human strength and adaptability. Her survival against incredible odds and her commitment to making a positive impact on the world have inspired many people around the globe. Cyril Richard Rescorla was born on May 27, 1939, in Hayley, Cornwall, England. He later moved to the United States, where he joined the military and became a respected soldier and leader. Rescorla served in the British Army before enlisting in the United States Army. He fought in the Vietnam War, earning accolades for his bravery and leadership. After leaving the military, Rescorla pursued a career in security and risk management. He joined Morgan Stanley as the head of security for its corporate offices in the World Trade Center's South Tower. Rescorla was known for his thorough planning and emergency response drills, preparing his colleagues for various crises. On the morning of September 11, 2001, when American Airlines Flight 11 struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center, Rescorla's quick thinking and preparedness came into play. Despite official announcements instructing occupants of the South Tower to remain in place, Rescorla ignored those orders and began a swift evacuation of Morgan Stanley's employees. Rescorla's familiarity with emergency procedures and his insistence on conducting regular evacuation drills allowed him to lead the evacuation in an orderly and efficient manner. He directed employees to leave their desks, remain calm, and use the stairwells. He sang songs and shouted motivational phrases to boost morale and alleviate panic during the evacuation. Rescorla continued to evacuate people from the building even after the South Tower was hit by United Airlines Flight 175. He is credited with saving nearly 2,700 lives that day through his leadership, courage, and determination to get everyone to safety. Tragically, Rick Rescorla's heroic actions came at a cost. After ensuring that most of his colleagues had evacuated, he went back into the building to search for stragglers. He was last seen on the 10th floor of the South Tower, moments before it collapsed. Rescorla's selflessness and bravery have been widely recognized. His story became emblematic of the courage displayed by individuals during the 9/11 attacks. In 2002, he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Citizens Medal, and his memory continues to be honored through various tributes, including books, articles, and memorials. Rick Rescorla's actions on 9/11 exemplify the highest ideals of heroism, sacrifice, and leadership. His legacy serves as a reminder of the resilience and bravery demonstrated by individuals in the face of unimaginable adversity.